This is Valley News Live at noon.
We start with breaking news this afternoon. Flames were shooting from a building in Wadena this morning, with fire crews working to put out the fire. Now, a viewer shared some pictures with us. These were taken from the Wadena County Social Services building, which is on Main Street. The fire appears to be in a building on the corner of Bryant Avenue and Jefferson Street. Now, at this time, it is unsure how long the fire has been going on, though we've been told that police just arrived and are using a drone at the fire scene. Valley News Live does have a reporter on the way to the scene, and we'll update this story as soon as we learn more. Also new at noon, police say a missing teenager might be in the Fargo area. Bismarck police say 15-year-old Lee Wilson was last seen on October 14th. He's described as Native American, about 5'5", 120 pounds, with brown hair and eyes. Take a look at this picture on your screen, and if you know where he is, call police. Also new at noon, a North Dakota man is behind bars after 3 months on the run. 41-year-old Chadwick Profar was arrested in Wash County on multiple charges. He was wanted for failure to appear on drug charges out of Grand Forks County. He's also had a second outstanding warrant on more drug charges in the state. A new court date for him has not been set. A Moorhead man is under arrest after police say he broke into a car dealership and then assaulted someone this morning. It all started just after midnight today when police were called to a dealership along 30th Avenue South by the Holiday gas station for a burglary report. They saw someone force their way into the dealership, but the suspect was gone. Later, police were called to the same street for an assault, and they found a person who was assaulted and the suspect running away. Eventually, police caught and arrested 29-year-old Alfred Thompson. He's held on burglary and assault in the Clay County Jail. The victim was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Well, it's a pretty cool and breezy day, and we're expecting a hard freeze tomorrow, which is beginning a first alert weather day for us. Let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green to see what to expect. Hey, Lisa.
Good afternoon. It is kind of miserable out there, especially in areas in the south where we have rain showers moving through along with this cool weather and that wind. It's looking tough right now in our Dakota Magic Casino. Sky Camp down in Hankinson. This difficult drive for visibility as well out on I-29 in the distance there. So easy does it in these places where we're dealing with the rain. You can see that wet road surface here down in the Southern Valley. Most places in the valley are on the dry side. We have a lot of cloud cover for many. Fargo's at 42. Grand Forks is at 39. So there are some places still stuck in the 30s this afternoon. Jamestown 37, Devil's Lake 36. And the farther north you go, the more chances you have of getting a little more sunshine continuing into the afternoon. So one of those days where it makes a difference where you are. Winds are gusting into the 30s in some spots. Fargo a gust to 36 miles per hour out of the north. So here's the rain. It's been moving into the Southern Valley. The cutoff generally has been I-94, Highway 10, Highway 35 over in Park Rapids. And then these showers are rotating around an area of low pressure, mainly moving past us to the south, and they will continue to do so. So we're looking at them coming in from the south and east, essentially. So I'm going to continue to track this for you. We're going to take a look at what we can expect through the rest of the day in the hour-by-hour planner. And of course, it's a first alert weather day tomorrow. More details on that freeze up coming in just a couple of moments.
We'll make sure to stay tuned. Thank you, Lisa. Well, police in northern Minnesota are now asking for the public's help finding a driver who hit several sled dogs, then kept going. The dogs were tethered together on a training run in Itasca County Saturday night when the car ran into them. Several of those dogs are seriously hurt. And if you know anything about this, contact the Itasca County Sheriff's Office. With the FDA and CDC set to review vaccine safety for children 5 to 11 years old, this afternoon we are learning new details over how the Biden administration will roll out those shots. If it's approved, tens of millions of children would qualify for the Pfizer regimen, which could face some logical hurdles. Miguel Almaguer has the latest.
The FDA and CDC authorized Pfizer's COVID vaccine for children 5 to 11 years old. Some 28 million kids nationwide would immediately qualify. But the logistical rollout won't be easy. So this morning, the White House now unveiling its multi-pronged plan to quickly protect one of the most vulnerable populations.
Everybody come back to the rug.
Using trusted sites like schools and community centers, many families will have easy access to the free vaccine. A smaller dose than the one taken by adults and given at most pharmacies, the White House says it'll pre-package easy-to-distribute vials so supply can easily meet sudden demand.
Well, children, certainly less than 18, account for about 20% of the population, so children are important to create herd immunity.
The two-dose regimen given 3 weeks apart could be fast-tracked with the help of over 25,000 doctors' offices, 100-plus hospitals, and tens of thousands of pharmacies nationwide, all standing by at the ready. Targeting rural communities as well as big cities, the White House will need help from local jurisdictions, including an army of vaccinators, and it comes at a critical time.
We know that when the virus first came into the United States, children accounted for less than 3% of cases. Now they account for 27% of cases. We'll have 200,000 cases of disease in children a week, or 250,000 cases a week.
Just as cold weather states brace for a rise in COVID cases because more Americans are gathering and spreading the virus indoors, vaccination mandates still face protest. And now one high-profile reversal, Southwest scrapping its plan to put unvaccinated employees on paid leave as a federal deadline in December looms. Even as the most vulnerable wait to get vaccinated, many are pushing back. Some parents are among the groups saying they won't inoculate. This morning, the push to protect and the fight against it.
We have some breaking news. We are now learning that the medical examiner's office is being called to a site where officials have been searching for Brian Laundrie. That's according to multiple reports. Laundrie is a person of interest in the death of Gabby Petito, who did not return from a cross-country trip the two took. Her body was found weeks later in Wyoming, and her death was ruled a homicide. Laundrie also faces a federal warrant on bank fraud. Well, about 20% of U.S. adults received mental health treatment during the COVID-19 pandemic last year. That's according to a new report from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The CDC's National Center for Health Statistics report shows about 16% of adults took prescription medication for their mental health in 2020, while 10% received counseling or therapy. Women were more likely than men to have received any treatment at all, and that's consistent with the higher prevalence of conditions such as anxiety and depression, seen among women, as well as an increased willingness to seek out care. The report also found that white adults were the most likely to have received mental health treatment. Well, coming up at noon, common hygiene products like toothpaste are beginning to rise because of inflation. But first, pretty cool and breezy Wednesday. We do have a First Alert weather day planned for tomorrow. Lisa Green has more up next.